Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level lesson and this is mathematics for ESL learners. Today we're going to be talking about numbers. So how many languages can you count to 10 using? Probably your first language. Hopefully you can count to 10 in English, and if you can count to 10 in any other languages. So most cultures today use the same decimal or base 10 number system, which arranges units 0 to 9 into units, tens, and hundreds, but numbers can be written differently in each language. And does your native language write numbers in the same way as we do in English? This person says, in my language, a comma is used instead of a decimal point. For example, 100,000 is written 100, comma 000 in American English, but 100.000 in some other countries. In some countries, numbers are written differently than they are in the US. For example, sometimes 1 is written with a serif and 7 is written with a stem. And in Arabic, the numbers look completely different. So look at the number and then answer the question, then try to read the list of numbers. So this number is 1,750,284. So what number is in the millions place? Well, the millions place in this number is the number 1. The hundred thousands place, that would be the number 7. The 10,000s place, that would be the number 5. The thousands place, 0. The hundreds place, 2. The tens place, 8. And the ones place, 4. Now try to read this list of numbers. So 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million. Now, numbers can sometimes sound like one another, and so when pronouncing numbers, remember these tips. So stress tens numbers on the first syllable. When you say the numbers 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, say the first syllable with more emphasis. Also, make the ty sound like dy. So when you say the numbers 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, you pronounce the final ty like dy. And stress teen numbers on the second syllable. When you say the numbers 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, say the last syllable with extra stress. And when you say a number with 2 digits, move the stress to the last number. For example, when you say the numbers 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, place stress on the last number. Now practice saying the following numbers. And you can repeat after me or pause and do this on your own. 4, 14, 40, 44, 3, 13, 30, 33. We don't need to use and when we read whole numbers. So 125 is 125. 1,516 is 1,516. 123,594 is 123,594. And 1,650,245 is 1,650,245. And is used to pronounce a decimal point. So 105.35 is 105 and 35 hundredths. So you might hear speakers sometimes saying numbers with and, but it's not necessary. So now practice saying the following numbers A through D. You can pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So A, 275, B, 7,592, C, 250,110, and D, 3,985,830. Now, an ordinal number describes a number's position in a series, such as first, second, third. So see if you can complete the chart with the ordinal numbers. You can pause the video, try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check the answers. So here we have first, second, third, fourth, which is written 4th, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th. All right, so now think about your birthday and the birthdays of your friends, and practice saying those birthdays aloud. And how many U.S. holidays do you know, and what are the dates? And then just an interesting fact, did you know that if there are 23 people in the same room, there's a 50-50 chance that two people will have the same birthday? So do you know how to say the number 0? So 0.01, and this is 0.5%. Sometimes 0 is pronounced O, like the letter O, and this is often used to say phone numbers, years, addresses, temperatures, and times. So phone number 555-802-6073. The address is 208 Main Street. So 208 Main Street. Temperature 101 degrees Fahrenheit. Or we could also say 100 degrees. And 807. Another way to pronounce 0 is nil. Nil is used when reporting sports scores. For example, we won the soccer games 2-0 or 2-0. All right, now practice repeating each of these numbers. 0.06, 102 degrees Fahrenheit, 0.75, 5.0, 555, 705, 4632, 12:07 p.m., and 407 Sun Lane. Now, a fraction is a way to talk about part of a whole. So let's look at the pizza. a whole pizza has 8 slices. So how much of the pizza did the family eat? Well, there's only a fourth of it left, so they ate 3/4. Your family ate 6/8 slices of pizza. This can be simplified to 3/4. Your family ate 3/4 of the pizza. So to say a fraction, say the top number or numerator. If the denominator is 2, use the word half or halves. If the denominator is 3 or higher, use the ordinal number, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, etc. If the denominator is a 4, you can also use the word quarter. And if the numerator is plural, 2 or more, you must add s to the denominator. So 1/3 is 1/3, 2/3 is 2/3, 1/4 equals 1/4 or 1/4, 3/4, 1/2, 3/2 or 1/2. Alright, now we're going to read fractions in this recipe, so you can either pause the video and follow along as I read. So 1 cup flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 3/4 cups bananas mashed, about 1 1/2 bananas, 1 large egg, 3/4 cup milk. Alright, so writing whole numbers and fractions. So read and write the number, and then we'll decide if these numbers are odd or even. You can pause the video, try this on your own, and then come back when you're ready to see the answers. So number 1, this would be 97, 35, 8/9, 2/3, 38, 1/3, 3/2, 15, and 1200. So to read percentages, say the number and then the word percent, and match the percentages with interesting facts, and then read them aloud. So we'll check the answers on these. I'm not really sure about the percentages on all of these. So the first one is about 90% of people live in the Northern Hemisphere. About 50.4% of the world's population is male. It is estimated that 33% of households in the world have pets. 10% of people in the world are left-handed. And it is estimated that 59% of the world population speaks more than one language. All right, to say prices, you say the number and the name of the currency. So I saved $345. So we're going to read these. You can repeat them after me. $10, $32.58, $2,500, 64 euros, 1 cent, 5 cents, 25 cents, 10 cents. And these coins, A is a penny, B is a nickel, C is a dime, and D is a quarter. So can you guess the average price of the following items in the US as of 2002? So just take some guesses, the average prices. So here are the correct prices, and you can maybe check back and see how close your guesses were. A gallon of milk is $3.53. A loaf of bread is $2.50. A dozen eggs is $1.21. Rent for a two-bedroom apartment is $1,878, and a monthly gym membership is $58. Next, we have a table showing the average cost of buying a home from 1960 to 2021. So use it to answer the questions. So what was the average price of a home in 1960? Well, it was $12,700. What was the average price of a home in 2020? $410,800. And what was the percentage increase from 1980 to 1990? Well, it was a 79% increase. And what was the largest percentage increase, and what was it? Well, the largest was between 1970 and 1980. It was 192.96. Now, there are a few different ways to say the year. For example, the year 1945, you say 19 first and then 45. For 2000, we say 2000. For 2001 through 2009, we say 2001, 2002, 2003. And from 2010 on, we say either 2010 or 2010. So how would you say each of the following years? So letter A would be 1610, 1845, 1905, 2006, 2019. Now practice reading these sentences aloud. You can pause the video and do this on your own, or you can follow along as I read. The speed limit is 55 miles per hour. He weighs 180 pounds. She was born on May 7th, 1987. It is 75 degrees Fahrenheit today. He is 6 foot 2 inches. The game ended 2-1. A healthy body temperature is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. She can run a mile in 6:45. It is 9:45 a.m. The car costs $28,750. All right, so now you can try these maybe on your own and then restart when you're ready to check the answers. So the population of the U.S. as of 2022 was 333,287,557. How many kilometers are in a mile? 1.6. How tall is the Eiffel Tower in meters? It's 300 meters. How many astronauts have walked on the moon as of 2022? There have been 12. How many bones are in the body? 206. How many babies are born each day as of 2022? 350,000. And how many miles away is the moon? 238,900 miles. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, and if you have any questions, leave those for me in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.